Hi, I'm Jeanine Sande at www.lightenyourway.com. And I've been teaching Reiki for over 20 years. It's something that is near and dear to my heart. It's something I use every day on myself and on a whole lot of other people. And I'm here right now to just share a little bit about Reiki with you and invite you to one of my upcoming classes, or invite you to learn it with whoever. Reiki is a Japanese word. Rei, R-E-I, means spirit or soul or ghost. And Ki, K-I, is the same as Qi in Chinese, which is universal life energy. So the word Reiki, loosely defined, means spiritual universal life energy. And basically it's one way, one form of laying on of hands healing. We transmit Reiki through touch, typically. Touching ourselves, our own bodies, our pets, our plants, each other. Reiki's transmitted through touch, but in the second level of Reiki, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, you can also transmit it at a distance or remotely. So one of the woman that brought Reiki to the United States, Mrs. Takata, from the East, she brought it into the U.S., really, in Hawaii, in the 1940s. Used to say hands on, Reiki on, hands off, Reiki off. And I like to use household analogies when I'm teaching. So to me, that's like a light switch. When a switch is off, there's two pieces of metal that are not touching and there's no light. There's no electricity flow. But when the switch is on, the two pieces of metal inside the light switch somewhere are touching, and the lights turn on magically because the electricity is flowing. Anytime we touch, once we have Reiki as part of us, whether we're touching ourselves or we're touching someone else, Reiki starts to flow. And that's as hard as it is. It's one of the things that I've been living with for 20 plus years, probably because it's one of the easiest things I've ever learned. And one of the many things I love about it is it's easy for everybody to learn. I haven't found anybody who can't learn Reiki and use it incredibly effectively, even after just one day in a weekend class. So how do you learn Reiki? Reiki is taught in classes. It's passed through me as the Reiki teacher through a series of activations. It's not about technique. It's not about belief system. It's really a rather Eastern modality in that it's more about being. We're being a channel. We're not doing some technique. The doing part's very American. We always think we have to study hard and work hard and do. Being is a little more Eastern. So with Reiki, we're just the hose. We're just the channel through which this beautiful energy flows. One of the things I love about it is that you can use it on yourself. You can use it on your pets. You can use it for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour. It will add to any other modality if you are in the healing arts you're using. In fact, I love that I can give nurses continuing education hours, and nurses are fantastic at using it in the hospitals and other places where there's a huge need. So you can use it. I think every mother should have Reiki. I think every pet owner should have Reiki. You can use it every chance you get, and first and foremost on ourselves. My beloved teacher, Rosalind Bruyere, who is a well-known energy healer, used to say, she probably still does, the world is not a better place if we're up one patient and down one healer. The older I get, the more I understand what that means, which means as someone who wants to help others, if I burn myself out trying to help others, I can't keep serving. The world is not a better place. On the airlines, we hear the same thing in a different way. They say if the oxygen masks drop, put yours on first and then help the person next to you. If you are passing out because you don't have oxygen, you can't help the person next to you. So I think it's a good analogy. We want to do everything we can to help ourselves, to take care of ourselves so that we can keep loving and helping others. Reiki it's been called the energy of unconditional love. And this is this fascinating, beautiful energy that is free-flowing. It goes where it's needed in the body, we can't control it. We can't tell it what to do or where to go. It's going to work on your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. And it's going to just work with the intelligence and go where it knows what you need. You might have a sore knee and think that's your priority, but if I put my hands even just on your shoulder, not on your knee, you might notice that your knee feels better, but you might also notice, if you know or don't know that you have breathing problems, that you are breathing better, or that something else going on in your body is working better. So it works on all levels of our being, and it's absolutely easy and free-flowing. We touch, it starts flowing. There's nothing we have to do. Reiki is great with Western medicine and by itself. It's not an alternative modality. That's kind of old thinking. These days, it's wonderful pre- and post-surgery. It's wonderful for cancer patients who want to help counteract the effects of chemotherapy and radiation. It's wonderful for people with emotional issues, broken hearts. You name it, grief, it can help. And we can use it for everything. So, you know, it's like we have a first aid kit in our hands all the time. And the hardest part at first is remembering that you've got this first aid kit in your hands. I teach Reiki in a 2-day class in a weekend. The first day we focus on how to transmit through touch. The second day we focus on how to add to that, but also how to send the same energy at a distance. And what that means is, if you have a loved one who's somewhere where you can't get to them, they're in Europe, they're somewhere, and something happens and they need some healing, you can send it to them remotely. It also means if you read the news or hear some news that's devastating, and we've been hearing a lot of it lately, from Haiti to Japan to tsunami, I mean, it's just been pretty amazing. We can do something. We don't have to wring our hands and cry and think, oh, isn't that awful? We can send healing. If we can send healing beyond space, we can also send it beyond time. So with Reiki Distant Healing, what we can do with it becomes unlimited. It's beyond time, beyond space, hands-on, or at a distance. In 2 days, you can learn something that you can use the rest of your life on yourself, on anybody else, anytime, any place, anywhere. So that's one of the reasons I'm so excited. I've been teaching Reiki for 20 years. I've taught over 2,000 people. I love sharing this with people and helping them wake up to this other world of energy and healing. And I hope you'll visit my website at www.lightenyourway.com, just spelled out, lightenyourway.com. And I hope to see you in a class soon.